Welcome to 07. It's nice to be with you here again. Twitch chat, can I get some noise? I can't hear you, Twitch chat. Oh yeah, it's all text chat, sorry, I forget. But this is the first episode of 2015, and we are happy to be with you here tonight. We're going to kick off the year by talking about features that we haven't discussed before, and we'll be having some devs on to talk about those. We're also going to talk to some players involved in cool and interesting projects, and of course, we're going to take a look at what's been happening in the community lately. Then, at the end of the show, I have something nice to share with you, a concept drawing of the Minmatar Tactical Destroyer coming your way in February. So I look forward to showing you that. But before we go on, we're going to do the first ever live edition of Does It Fit with CCP Rise. So I'd like to welcome on set game designer, PvP, wonder child, and a personal good friend of mine, CCP Rise. Welcome to the show.
Thanks so much. Nice to be here live for second version of Does It Fit?
Yes. So we're doing this live now, and you have a special ship for us that you're going to fit. Tell us about the ship. What is it?
All right, so we're going to do an Executor Navy edition, which is particularly appropriate right now because the art department just gave it a new model, so it's looking really flashy right now. We've actually seen a huge bounce in the amount people are using it just from that. So I figured it's a good time to talk about that ship. It's one of my favorites anyway. So.
Awesome, and like, tell us about why you like the ship. I mean, like, what is it good at, and all that stuff.
Yeah, so it's a really solid cruiser. You can see the bonuses right there, just hybrid damage and hybrid rate of fire. So this is just like a crazy awesome thorax kind of, just puts out a lot of damage. It's really fast, really agile, so it's just a really fun ship to fly. Cruisers right now are perfect. For the meta in general, they're good at killing frigs and destroyers, especially this one, so nice. It's really solid. And what I want to do, we're getting into the fit right in a second here, but this ship fits perfectly for a structure tank, which is something that's kind of picked up steam in the last little while as we made some small changes. And that's because it has a huge amount of structure HP. You get the same from the Navy Brutix and some other Glinte hulls. So we're going to talk about running that, even though there's a lot of options on this ship.
So let's take a look at the fit. What do you put on it?
All right. So damage control, of course, going to be important anytime you're structure tanking. It's obviously pretty important on any ship. I'm going to make sure this gets up here for you guys to see. There you go. So that damage control 2 is going to go on first. Give you a bunch of resist in hull as well as shields and armor, of course. And then after that, we're going to go with 3 reinforced bulkhead 2s. These had the penalty to speed removed a little while back, so they don't slow you down anymore. And then after that, a couple mag stabs to bump the damage up quite a bit. Now, the nice thing about structure tank is it frees up our mids quite a bit versus a shield tank without sacrificing any speed like armor would. So we can still do a ton of tackle. So we have a micro warp drive to get us going fast, 2 webs, and a scrambler, so those frigs won't move at all. So even with big, medium blasters, we're still killing frigs, no problem whatsoever. Nice.
You want to go fast, you want them not moving fast.
That's right, then to go slow. And then in the top, of course, we have fitting room for neutrons. So we're going with 5 heavy neutrons here, and that is, of course, about the max damage you can get. We're running into a little bit of a problem.
Oh, it doesn't fit.
Well, it does. One second. We have some rigs at our disposal, so we can go with the CPU rig here and free that CPU up to fix everything. Nice. While we're doing the rigs, we'll go ahead and throw in the transverse bulkheads. I have Tech 1s here, but Tech 2s are only a little more expensive. Give you a little more HP, so go with those if you can. And then after those are on there, we'll finish fitting out the blasters. Now, with these neutrons and some antimatter or void, along with 5 drones, this thing can push out like 800 DPS.
Are you kidding?
I wouldn't kid with you.
No.
With either of you. And so, you know, this is really good actually in duels against other cruisers. It can even fight up classes if you get the right match. So it's really strong. And of course, like I said before, it's just a ton of fun to fly. I recommend trying it in, you know, faction warfare, small groups in 0-0, wormholes, kind of anywhere. I mean, anywhere you're doing small group stuff where you don't need to worry about getting a lot of logistics, of course, because it doesn't have traditional tank. But amazing stuff.
Good all-around brawler and all kinds of skirmishes.
Yes.
So in low sec, it would be a good chip.
Yeah, it's really good. In fact, I recently saw a famous Eve streamer, Sharq, running these on his stream. So there's some other people out there who know about it, and they're having success with it, I think.
Nice. But like, we're not here just to talk. We're gonna put our money where our mouth is, or he is. So
I'm gonna put my money where your mouth is.
Yes. Yes. So at the end of this show, this guy here is gonna go out at top station in Amamaki, and he's gonna basically just clean out the system. So like, we're gonna break a few rules here. We're gonna tell people what we're fitting. We're gonna be live streaming with no delay, and we're also you know, just telling everyone where we are. It's like it's not a good idea, but I was mainly worried about it because I think it will clear out the system once people have seen what you're fitting, once they know who you are. I mean, you're a pretty famous PvPer.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, you've been traveling around the world, going to like, you know, going to Australia, fighting, winning contests there, you know.
Just don't bring something you can't afford to lose, you know, for everyone coming.
Top station Awamake, at the end of this show, you know, if you can take on this man, if you think you can take on this man, be there. We're pretty confident. We're just going to collect the corpses and go home. Cool, sounds good. Yeah, so I'll see you there. See you in Amma. But now we're going to take a look at a video that we made about virtual world operations, the people who run TQ. Really interesting stuff, so I suggest you hang around for that. And then Mimic is going to be here with some guests after that. See you later.
The operations group is mainly responsible for all game-related technology within CCP, whether it is in production, testing, or development. What we do is focusing on all of the technology that is involved in running EVE Online and other games within CCP. We focus on the hardware, we focus on the platform side of things, which is the operating system, all of the virtualization elements that are involved in running all of our services. And we also take care of all the development of production code within EVE. In 2008, the database itself had 128 gigs of memory, was running on a Ramsan storage, and had a peak I/O of around 40,000 IOPS per second. Today, we have 512 gigs of memory. We are running on SSDs that take up this much space, and we can support up to 80 to 100,000 IOPS a second. What we are looking into now is yet another upgrade to the TQ hardware, and on the database side of things, we will probably go up to 700 gigs of memory, up to a terabyte, with better SSDs, with less latency, and even more IOPS. The hardware that used to run EVE Online in the beginning was all running on single-U pizza box servers, which took out a lot of rack space. We then moved into the blade chassis system, which gave us much greater manageability and took up less space. The CPUs that are now running EVE Online are 4-core 3.3 GHz CPUs, but now it is time for yet another upgrade. We are working quite heavily with EVE development in pinpointing what the absolute best CPU for the next upgrade is. We believe we have found the perfect match, which is a new Intel V3 CPU, which has 3.8 GHz capability, has 2133 MHz memory bandwidth, and 25 megabytes of L3 cache. We will be testing this live very soon. We are constantly automating things to make our lives more convenient. One of the things, for example, is the fleet fight system. When you guys send a fleet fight notification, in the past, we reinforced the nodes manually. But now it's all done through an automated process. When an email comes in, the system takes care of it and reinforces the system automatically. All of these improvements in software, hardware, and the way that we deliver code are aimed at improving your life as a player and make EVE run smoother.
Hi everyone, and I can't see which camera is on, so I'm just going to talk into this one. I am CCP Mimic, and I am joined today with some more people from Team Size Matters, who the last time I was on the 07 show, you joined me actually but we spoke about clones and things like that. But this time we're going to talk about other things.
Something that's a little bit different than clones. I think it's a little different.
A little bit. So, what have you guys been up to? What are you planning for the future?
We've been recently looking back at a program that was launched in March 11th of 2004. So almost coming up on a year ago, it was launched. And that program would be the ship painting pilot program. So we launched it just around a year ago, and the goal of that program was to try and get into the players' hands the ship painting, trying out different skins on your ship, different looks for existing ships. And we didn't know how well it would go. We've never really done this for ships before. So we've expanded on the program. We launched it with 8 different skins, 8 different paint schemes, and there's now 28 on the store, I believe. We've tried different price points and all sorts of different things just to sort of get a feel with how it was working. And we feel it's time to revisit that now and see what we can do better.
Okay, and do you think that it's been met well? Do you think that this is why you're developing it further? I mean, are you changing that direction in a great deal? I mean,
that's okay. So there's a lot of...
I mean, it is... the problem with this is that I know what you're going to say. So
yes.
I know that the direction is a little bit different.
It is a little different, yes.
What was it that made you guys decide to go in that way?
I mean, we just basically looked at feedback from players, how it was doing, what different skins were doing, and why they were maybe doing better than other skins, and that kind of thing. Okay. And our general... Based on all of this knowledge and this feedback, we've come up with a new system. We had a bit of a hard time naming this system, but we finally settled on 2 names. The runner-up name was the Hayas Yoda Automatic Transformation System, but that was a little bit long.
Yes.
I mean, we are CCP and this is EVE, so we're definitely going to go with something a little bit out of the ordinary, a little bit longer, right? We don't do things too simple around here. A little techie. So we sat down and chatted with someone near our desk, and he's a theoretical physicist, and he suggested that, a name that I think we've settled on, which is Super Kerr-Induced Nanocoating. So Super
Kerr-Induced Nanocoating.
Yes, Super Kerr-Induced Nanocoating is what we've settled on. Flows right off the tongue there, yes.
Super Kerr-Induced Nanocoating.
Yeah. We have to be different than the rest of the industry, right? Everyone else calls it skins or paint jobs. We need something better, more meaty. Okay. So this is what we came up with.
Right, this is great.
So that's what it's called.
Okay. Yeah. So what is it actually going to do? What's it going to look like?
What's it going to look like?
Can you tell us?
Before we get into what it'll look like, just a brief overview of how it's going to work. So we're changing the system quite a bit. Right now, you buy a blueprint off the New Eden store. You then take an original ship, so you can buy the Aliestra Thorax, I believe is one of them. Yep. So you can buy the blueprint for that, take a regular Thorax, put them in the new industry interface that came out with Krius, and you get an Aliestra Thorax out the other end, right? And when that ship blows up, it's gone, and that kind of thing, right?
You start all over again.
You start all over again. So the way we're going to change it is that you go out, you buy either from the New Eden store or from the market, if someone else has bought it and selling it there. You buy a license. You'll buy one of these Super Kerr-Induced Nanocoating licenses. Okay. Once you have one of these licenses and you have it in your hangar or something, you right-click on it and apply it to your character.
Okay.
This will.
And we've got a picture of what that's going to look like. It's a work in progress. This is
definitely a work in progress. It's not been done in the client yet.
Okay, so here we can actually see what you're talking about. So it's in your hangar. You right-click on it and apply it. So now it's
once you've applied it, you'll be able to see in this interface, in the ship fitting window, which ones you have. If they're on your character, you can simply hit the apply button, and your ship will now have that Super Kerr-Induced Nanocoating. Is what it will have on it. You can see all of the other ones that are available as well that you could purchase. So you can click on them and preview them, and then whichever one you click apply on is the one that will be applied to your ship. What this means is whenever you can hop in a ship, whether it's in your hangar, whether someone else, like you just find one in space, you hop in it, and the last Super Kerr-Induced Nanocoating that you had set will automatically be applied. So you'll see the ship in space change to this Super Kerr-Induced Nanocoating that you have chosen. Okay. And when you get out of the ship, it'll revert to its normal one. So
it'll always be a base ship when it's in space, obviously, because I take it that the Super Kerr-Induced Nanocoatings are applied to a character. And
yes,
rather than the ship
they're
itself,
tied to your character,
which
right?
they are at the moment, because you
Now they're applied to the ship. If the ship dies, it's gone.
The ship dies.
But with a new system, you can lose as many ships as you want and still look cool.
And still look cool, always.
Still
and you
cool.
are looking particularly cool today, CCP Cognac.
Thank you.
You have to tell me about this hat.
No.
I don't think that's the sound pandas make, dude.
No.
Yeah, for FanFest we have pub crawls.
Yes.
And our good friend Nullarbor is a costume freak. So we like to do thematic pub crawls.
And I believe we also have a picture of you two, there you are, in your panda suits.
Yeah, that's for our pub crawl, which was called the Beer Bear Unaware Love Affair.
Yes, the Beer Bear Unaware Love Affair.
Yeah.
Yes.
Beer Bear Unaware.
There was 3 bears, I believe, in that pub
Yeah,
crawl.
there's missing the polar bear.
Okay.
Who is CCP Merc, who is traveling.
He was probably taking the photo.
Yeah.
But yes, anyway, from FanFest, which is, of course, our largest player gathering, we are going to go now to a video about another player gathering that's coming up, which is Eve NT, which is in Nottingham. So, for all of you out there, take a look at this video and see what's coming up soon.
I'm here with Nas, Cadaver, and Bay Arche, who are running Eve NT in Nottingham. Welcome to the show, guys. It's a pleasure to have you on. How are you doing?
Pleasure to be here. Very good, thank you. Yep, good.
So tell us a little bit about Eve NT. It was a very successful first event last year. How did it all start? How did you get into planning events, and how did it come about?
Well, personally, I've attended a few EVE Online meets in the UK, and just because of where I work currently at Antenna, we have really good facilities to do tech-based events and things like that. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to, I guess, have a catch-up with some fellow EVE players, and originally this was just going to be core members, so quite small, maybe 20 or 30 people. But with interest from outside of that as well, it grew quite quickly, and eventually we ended up with 120 people through the doors.
Awesome. 120 people is like, it's really amazing for a first event. So tell us about the first event that took place in September last year. How did that go?
It went really, really well. Just by, as it started to fill up a little bit and people started expressing an interest in coming, I started poking sponsors and trying to get more people involved and provide more content. So things like, we had a couple of speakers, had gifts, quite a lot of gifts. We had a little gift bags for the first 100 people arriving. We had a couple of presentations. We had some gaming tournaments going on. So yeah, it was really good, and the feedback has been really, really positive.
Awesome, and like the event is taking place again on February 7th. How are preparations going? There are some devs coming. Tell us about the upcoming event.
We're pretty much all set and good to go. Preparation has been hard, but it's been really good. We've had some great help from sponsors. We've got some really good sponsors again on board this year. We've got not just EVE third-party sites, we also have some real-life sponsors. So we've got Plantronics, Chill Blast on board. They're providing prizes for the tournament that Bay's organised. They also have some goodies to add to the charity raffle and things like that. Mm-hmm. As an in-game sponsor, we have EVEBet on board again. They've got some nice prizes and gifts also for the first 100 arrivals. So for the first 100 people through the door, again, we've got some gifts. There's some discount codes, but specifically again by EVEBet, we've got a Plex and a beer for the first 100 people. Then we have some other sponsors as well. We've got EOH Poker back on board. We've got EVE Time Code, who's also sponsored and helped out, and Cooler Master, who will also be providing some equipment to run the tournament on.
It's quite an impressive lineup of sponsors there, and the event is going to be pretty great. I'm going to be there. I'm coming down first time to Nottingham. CCP Gargant is going to be there helping with the tournament. CCP Bosun from Valkyrie is coming down from Newcastle. He's going to do 3v3 Valkyrie demo, so anyone who comes down can try the Valkyrie on the Oculus Rift. And we have CCP Punkturis from the CCP from EVE Development coming down as well. But Bay, you have a tournament. Tell us about the tournament. What do people have in store?
Sure. So we've got it's going to be a 32-team tournament. We're going to have 64 players. You can sign up on the door, and CCP Gargant will help us draw names out of the hat who gets in the tournament. And it's going to be 2v2 single elimination all the way to the end. The first prize is going to be a Malice, which is a famous tournament ship that's quite valuable. And we're going to have goodie bags for the top 4 teams. We're going to have gifts from our sponsors in there, as well as hopefully a couple of in-game items like some capsule ships that have been donated to us.
That's awesome. Single elimination, big prizes, very exciting stuff. And finally, like, if I want to get tickets to EVE and come down to Nottingham and meet you guys and all the EVE players and of course us the devs who are going, how do I go about it?
Yeah, so there's 2 ways of going about it. On the EVE Online forums, there's a section there which has all the information about sponsors, people that are going, the guest list as well, people that have actually confirmed. So there's a link there for tickets. Alternatively, you can go to the website, which is www.eve-nt.uk.
All right, and how much is the ticket?
The first 50 tickets have sold already at a discounted rate, so they went for £5. The remaining tickets are going for £10, but the last couple of days have seen quite a big influx in sales. So if you want to grab a ticket, I do recommend getting them as soon as possible.
Awesome. Yes, it's going to be a great show. I look forward to seeing you there, and of course everyone who can make it down. So see you in Nottingham. Thanks for being on.
I hope to see you there.
Welcome back to the set. We have a lot of things to talk about. What's been happening in the EVE community and around EVE.
Lots and lots and lots and lots that's happening. But first we're going to start off with something which I'm very pleased to be able to announce, and that is evemeet.com, which I believe is the brainchild of Bam Stroker and Ariel Rinn, and it's basically how to get all the meets in. But let me not talk about it. We've got a video about it, and so check this out. We had a chat with Ariel Rinn earlier.
Yeah.
If you want a barbecue with only 10 people, you can't really just get 10 people. You know, you've got a lot of other events that are pushing you further down the list, and it's really hard to get your voice out there. EveMeet is a framework for people to easily get their events out there and easily have the information they need advertised to people. Now, it's not about controlling events, it's not about creating events, and it's certainly not about taking events over at all. You know, EveMeet is open. You can come on here. You can submit your event. You know, there'll be a fairly safe and open sort of moderation process. But once we submit it, it will be open on the net for everyone to see without all the junk and the mess of the Outer Game and Events forum. Come to EveMeet, see all the events that the community has posted, get notifications on events in your region and events nearby to you, and come and submit your own meetup for others to see.
So excited about this. This is exactly what I've wanted for a long time now, and it's absolutely great. So go use the site, put your events up. It's live now. They actually made it live before the show, so I'm really happy about that. But meets that will probably be there soon. The Dallas meetup, that's a regular gathering, for example. Here's a picture of those guys from the last one, really good. There's other ones happening. There's one in Edmonton. That's a regular one too. So these regular ones are cropping up all over the place.
And of course we also have the regular one in Glasgow. Yeah,
there's a regular one in Glasgow. We have a picture from that as well. That's from the last one. Some nice swag and prizes there, and a lot of amazing people. We look forward to meeting at an EVE Glasgow sometime soon. And yes, this is absolutely amazing. We have the midwinter gaming convention as well. That's a yearly one. It's taking place today, I believe. Then we got some stuff in Australia as well.
Always. I have to talk about my Australian friends. On the 7th of February, they are having a meet in Melbourne, which is organised by Otto Bismarck. And then on the 21st of February, it's going to be a meet in Brisbane, which is actually probably about as close as we're going to get ever to Faulty Seven's birthday. So you have to go along and wish him happy birthday, because we all know how much he loves that. So yes. But that's not the only one. There's also going to be a rather large meet in Moscow very soon.
Tomorrow. And it's actually turning out to be a really big one, 150 people plus meeting up in Moscow, lots of interesting things happening. The closest we'll get to that is the pictures and videos we hope to see soon, and hopefully we can share those with you. But who knows, maybe someday we'll be in Moscow to party with our friends over there.
Maybe.
Yeah. So other news coming out of the Russian community.
Yes, tell us more about the Russians.
Rat Alliance, one of the oldest running, established alliances in the game, has been running a campaign to get back on the map. And things have been really busy on Dotland recently, things changing hands, and lots of fighting going on. And they've managed to carve out some former N3 space for themselves on the map, which you can see there. But standing in their way is XX Death and buddies like Pandemic Legion, really dangerous people there.
But they have their own friends.
They have their own friends, Gorgon Empire, Solar Fleet, Dream Fleet. So those are kind of the battle lines as they look right now. And who knows how that will develop, but it's going to be a busy January and February in Russian space.
But that's, I mean, okay, fine. That's the Russians. What's happening with the Germans? This is pretty cool.
This is a pretty cool story. Yeah,
very different.
Yeah, it's very different. It's not a huge war. It's a story of a player who has been making videos, putting songs, Eve parody songs on YouTube. Naburi, Nasnaburi. It's a fun name to say. And because of her voice has become pretty known in the German community, and she has done some voice work with us. Things have now developed so that she is the actual official voice of Aura in the German client. So if you fire up the German client, which all of us do on a regular basis, you will hear an Eve player playing the part of Aura, which is awesome to me.
Yes, yes it is. And now I actually want to talk about something that's happening in-game with some friends of mine who, I know they say Nor, but I say Noir.
Noir is it's the only way.
Anyway, they are having something a little bit different this Saturday, which is the 17th of January. They are having the New Eden Grand Prix, which is basically they're setting aside a wormhole where everybody can turn up. You get given a ship, then you race around and subwarp, and obviously dodge all the obstacles that you'll come across, and that's usually bullets and laser beams and all the rest. But yes, check out their website, look at the rules, turn up, have fun, win some plex. Lots of fun. So yes,
good weekend fun coming up there. Yeah, definitely check that out. So there's been a lot of stuff happening in the community lately. We just came out of the holiday season. Eve players are usually pretty busy in space during the holidays, getting a few days off from work and such. So we had a brilliant New Year's celebration in Umoka, which shouldn't be a surprise because it's the 6th year in a row that New Eden Radio has been running that. And there were fireworks in local. Over 200 people in local during New Year's Eve time. And 2,200 people bought raffle tickets, lots of prizes given out, faction ships, ISK, Plex. Very, very fun event.
Very festive.
The other giant in the radio business, Eve Radio, they were running a different but similar event, 12 days of Plexness, people called it, and it was they gave out 80 billion in ISK and Plex over a 12-day period. So it was very, very festive. And they were celebrating their 11th year in operation, which is absolutely
really impressive.
Amazing.
Very impressive. And I love the name. I just,
yeah, it's beautiful. So yeah.
But that's not the only thing of everybody gathering together and having fun together?
We had some cool events over the holidays and right after. So on the 4th of January, Spectre Fleet and RVB formed up what they call the largest public fleet ever, with more than 700 people involved, and they are like. RVB is celebrating their 150th fleet. Congratulations on that. And Spectre Fleet's celebrating their first birthday. So congratulations on that as well. Pretty great stuff. Jane Fillon apparently took a Doomsday to the face, and we have this beautiful screenshot of the battle. It was a spectacular event, and people had a lot of fun. So we hope they do much more of that.
Definitely.
But for people who like smaller fights, we have something we want to point out as well. This is something that was actually taking part over a big part of last year. It was a project run by Aldap and Mishir, who wanted to do a solo PvP contest and pick out the best videos that people had of themselves doing solo PvP action. And solo PvP is a lot of fun to watch because it's easy to understand what's going on, and it helps you learn special tactics that you can use without getting a lot of people along with you. So they advertised for this, and they had a judges panel of specialists, and they picked out a bunch of the best videos and edited it together in a really good hour-long video that I urge everyone to check out. A lot of people have seen it already, but if you haven't, check it out. It'll make you a better pilot for sure. And this is an amazing project, and we're really happy to see such stuff happening in EVE.
Exactly, most definitely. If you haven't seen it already, then really urge you to go and watch it. And there is one part of this that I really liked, and that was the fact that they had a category for best new player attempt.
Yes.
So for all of you who are new and don't think that you're quite at that level yet, just try it anyway if they run another one this year. And yeah, I think it's a lot of fun and a great way to both learn about how to solo PvP, but also just to go shoot people in the face.
Dying is more fun than doing nothing. That's what I always say.
And we always talk about death on the show, so
Yes.
we've got another thing to talk about.
There's another death, and a notable one.
Notable one. And that is the first Titan kill of the year. Which, how long did it take?
It took 20 hours of the first day of the year for Titan to die, and it was Comark. We see his kill mail here. He lost his Leviathan to a cunning gank by some snuffbox players, mostly. And what was apparently happening is that he was ganking jump freighters in his Titan, which is a bold move, and people saw him do this once too often, I guess, and they set up a bait consisting of, you guessed it, a jump freighter, and then they jumped him and killed his Titan. So my condolences to Comark, but congratulations to anyone else who took part in this and killed the ship. So, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay, well now for something a little bit different. Now for something slightly closer to CCP Guard's heart.
It was a fun thing I discovered over Christmas. A famous rapper from the nerdcore scene made a song called I'm Brave. He flies with Brave. He plays EVE. Let's hear a bit from that song. Oh yeah, okay, we're back. I've been singing this a lot. It's a great song, amazing song. I was talking to YT Cracker. He's actually he's been playing at a lot of concerts with famous artists like Ice Cube and Be Real and such rap artists. You know, I've dabbled in it myself, but I'm not at that level yet. And he's recruiting his friends from his SoundCloud page. It's a pretty good effort, and I've told him that if he plays with these guys again, he should definitely get them to play EVE. We want them to come and play in space with us. And I've even told him that he can extend an offer of a free 14-day trial to them if they decide to join. Yeah, it's fun. Good. And he's going to make more EVE songs, so that makes me happy.
Yes. But one thing that I would also like to just change the track yet again, because I keep doing that. Track, see what I did? No, sorry, I take it all back. Was the fact that we're here 2 days after release.
Yes.
We had Proteus come out, and the rework on the Executor, whatever CCP Rise is going to be flying around out of Top Station in Amamaki at the end of this show. So be sure to go and shoot him, because he'll try and shoot you.
Yeah.
So, yes. There were a whole bunch of other changes, but rather than talking about the past, because you know what happened, and if you don't, then read the patch notes, go exploring. There's lots of new effects in belts, rookie system, all sorts of stuff. Go explore, fly. No more past, future.
FanFest.
In exactly 1,501 hours.
We have FanFest.
Yes.
That sounds like a lot, but not that lot.
It's 62 days.
62 days.
So excited.
62 days to FanFest, and we have some amazing news. We have sold more tickets to FanFest now than we sold total last year. So this is as real as it gets. This FanFest is going to be the bomb, and you should definitely be there. It's absolutely not too late to make up your mind, come to FanFest. There's flight packages, hotel packages, car rental packages, all sorts of excursions you can go on. There's CCP Lilo getting a tattoo, people at the pub crawl. It's a really, really good time. And we have an eclipse this year. There's even ideas about getting people being able to buy seats on a plane to go fly and watch the eclipse from the sky and all that good stuff. No promises, but that's something that may happen. It's a lot of things. And the FanFest ships, 3 ships of FanFest this year.
Excellent.
Everyone coming to FanFest gets these 3 ship skins, Quave ship line, and good news is that
Super Kerr-Induced Nanocoatings.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's what it's called now. It's like that's what it is. That's what it is. So at the end of the show, when the show is over, at 9 o'clock, these ships, the first skin will be distributed, and that's the Tristan. So if you bought a ticket to FanFest, or if you want to hurry up and get one now, you'll get a Tristan tonight.
At 9 o'clock.
Yeah. It's going to be cool.
Great.
And
but there's other things happening too?
Yeah.
Very exciting things.
Yeah.
But we aren't going to talk about it. We are going to have CCP Gargan join us on this set, just because he knows more about it, and also because, well, it's Gargan.
So,
welcome to the show.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here. I'm always glad to talk to my internet spaceship friends. There is a tradition now for the last 2 years to have a big event before the pub crawl on Friday night. But up until now, it's only been like sports. It's been underwear wrestling. It's been some boxing and chess. Nobody understands what that's about. But this time, we're going to be doing something that everybody has interest in. We're going to be there's going to be EVE Online. We're going to be playing EVE Online. We're working very hard on this event, and I'm not going to go into any details because I'm just that sort of guy. But I can tell you that this is going to be exciting. It's going to be unique. It's going to be really, really, really fun. And we'll all go out into the pub crawl really happy, having witnessed worlds colliding, so to speak.
Yeah. So I'm super excited about this and really look forward to telling people more about this once we have everything nailed down.
As always.
Yeah. So more about that later. Thank you for joining us, CCP Gargan.
Yes. Thank you for that.
Thank you for having me.
It's been a pleasure.
But
I feel so small.
But next up, we're gonna hear some choice words.
We are, but before we do that, I'm sorry, there was a promise that I made while flying around in space just before the show, and that was the fact that I was going to ask CCP Rise about why he made the... it doesn't matter. Basically, Sol Epoch reasons. He went into a whole thing about law and balancing, but just reasons.
Okay, reasons. We have it. There you have it.
There you go.
But now we're going to have some choice words from our mentor and spiritual leader, CCP Chair, who made an appearance on the last show, and he's been an inspiration to us all. And then we're going to go into commercials, and we'll see you on the set with more guests later. We are back on set, and I have special guests with me here tonight. CCP Punkturis, or Punkturis as I say, and CCP Sharq. Welcome to 07.
Thank you.
How are you guys? How are you guys doing today?
I'm doing great.
Yeah, and you are on Team 5-0.
Yes, we recently joined Team 5-0.
Yeah.
You both moved teams recently, and you are working on new things then, I take it, or similar themes as before?
New things.
New things.
We're looking into corporations.
Yeah?
Katri's been doing some excellent work on small things.
Yeah.
And we're also just looking at big picture, future things we want to do for corporations.
All right. So we talked about last year, we talked about that at FanFest, we talked about this in various formats before that. We wanted to take a look at corporations and alliances because like a lot of people haven't, now for the people who haven't run a corporation or an alliance, why are we looking at that now? Why are we doing it?
Do you want to take this?
I think everyone who has taken a look at the Corp UI thinks it's really intimidating. And it is really complicated, but when we were looking at it better, we saw it wasn't really as complicated as the UI is showing.
Yeah.
So we decided to ask for what the biggest pain points were on the forums, and we got a lot of good feedback from there, and most people were asking for us to fix the roles, which is
it's a very common request.
Yes, it's also really complicated stuff. So we just picked things from there that we're going to work on, and there is quite a few little things coming out in the February release.
Yeah, so we're starting with the little things that will improve things a lot.
Yes.
And tell me more about this thread. You made the thread and you asked people what they wanted, and you've been picking suggestions from there.
Yes. We already implemented a few of these things, and I brought a list because I know I wouldn't be able to remember it.
Yeah, it's hard.
Do you want me to list out some of these things?
Yeah, I mean, we have things like custom messages.
It's like there was a lot of people asked for being able to send a custom message when you reject a corp application, so you could tell people why their application was rejected. So we added that.
That's really nice. I saw. It was funny who were the people who were first to ask for that. It was Lara Karpinski from EVE University and Arindel Wist from Gunwaffe, both pretty big organizations, probably get a lot of applications, so they have to reject a lot of people, and they probably want to be nice about it. So
yeah, probably.
It's good to be able to, or maybe they don't want to be nice.
I'm sure they're all really nice.
Yeah. So
and then we also upped the limit on mailing lists. There used to be only 3,000 people that you could add on a mailing list, but apparently that's too few people, so we upped it to 5,000. We edited the corp details, so you can now do anything you want with the text, the description. You can add links and stuff, so it's easier to add information about your corporation.
So that's I saw Rowan Pico was the first to ask about that. We got to keep these things in check.
We made it easier to unrent offices, or more obvious. It's kind of hidden at the moment.
Yes. And I mean, this is that seems like a ploy by the office renting company. Like you can't find where to unrent offices. So now you can unrent offices. And Jane Fillon, who's the founder of Spectrefleet, was the first to ask about that. I saw on the thread.
Then we added a filter to the member list, so it's easier to find a person in your corporation if you want to edit their details or something.
Okay, yeah, that's really good.
And we added an option so it would be easier to invite somebody into your corporation, because you couldn't do that from the Corp UI as it is right now.
Okay, that's awesome.
These are some of the little things we're doing now.
And they're coming in February?
In February. These are coming in February. But we are also taking a look at roles. But that will come a little bit later because it's a bit bigger task. And more likely for the February release, we're adding a setting to turn off friendly fire in your corporation.
Oh, wow.
So as it is now, people can shoot their corp mates, but we want to add an option so that you can't, or you can set your corporation not to allow that.
All right, give people more control on how that all works.
Yes. So I think that's going to be a pretty huge change.
Yeah, it's going to be a change. Yeah, especially for new people coming in and want to come into a corporation safely and, and feel a bit safe. And there's a lot of griefers out there.
There's a few.
There's a couple.
But for the release after that, we'll probably do something about the roles, and maybe Sharq can tell you more about.
What's happening with the rules system?
Yeah, we've been just poking around at it, and I've been looking at it from a UI perspective, and I've been dabbling with basically cleaning it up without changing the underlying system. So basically making the screens fewer you have to deal with, combining settings so you can in the same screen do the roles and the grantable roles, and combining the title management with the role management, and just making it all more clean and accessible. Because it's, like Katri says, it looks more complex than it actually is.
Yeah.
And that basically was a bit surprising to me, because I've never run a big corporation in EVE, and I don't really know that environment. So when I started dabbling with it, it was simpler than I thought.
Yeah, that's really interesting. So like this UI that we have right now is really old for the rules. So I mean, it's basically made by a programmer like at the start of EVE, and it's been touched a little bit to tack things on, but like, I mean, it hasn't gotten any serious work in a long time.
No, and we have basic problems. Like in the thread, there was commonly asked for to get like a horizontal scroll, so you could basically fit everything within your window. And we've been looking into methods of basically fixing that, and along with other things.
I think the best way to describe the roles UI as it is intimidating.
It is intimidating.
It's like what CCP Batic described, and I was like, that's so spot on. It's really intimidating. Because I think it's also the reason nobody has been like touching this for a long time, because we wanted to do like a really grand redesign or something, and nobody was like, everybody was afraid to touch it as well.
And it seems like the opposite intention of like having a UI. UI is supposed to make things look simpler and nicer, and not like actually more complicated than it is.
And also a UI like this and something like running a corporation should be very empowering. And you know, you're running hundreds, even thousands of pilots, and it's daunting and it's labor.
And we want people to be able to spend their time on doing what they want to do, and not just trying to understand the UI to do it. So
absolutely.
we're gonna attack that problem now.
Yes.
Maybe something in March, maybe a little later. We'll see how that goes. But this is being worked on, and I'm really happy.
It's being worked on. It's not something we're saying.
So you told me about some ideas that you have, like you wanna like. Just things that you're thinking for the future for corporations, and some cool stuff.
The team, I mean, it hasn't been formalized or any like complete design's been fleshed out, but we've been talking about things like scalability. I mean, the corporation now is a one-size-fits-all, and you just get like 7 divisions and 7 wallet divisions and all the roles and yada yada yada. When you start a 3-man corporation, and you just want to mine, or you want to run missions and have a mutual place where you can keep your stuff. We've been thinking about stuff like being able to remove divisions or add divisions and just scale it to what you need.
Okay, that sounds
so it's just easier to handle. I mean, I've talked to a lot of players, and some of them just use 2 of the divisions, and the other ones are just in the way. So.
Let people customize their own experience a little bit.
Absolutely.
That'll be fantastic.
And scale to their needs.
Okay. So I look forward to seeing this. We're going to go to commercials. Thank you guys for coming on. And we'll be back with CCP Rise, who's going to undock in Amamake top station. And he's gonna kick everyone's butt, I'm sure. So see you there.
Connecting. Docking request accepted.
We are back with CCP Rise, who is going to undock from top station in Amamake and show everyone the power of his unbeatable fit. This is going to get brutal, so you know, you should send the kids to bed. This is not family entertainment.
Ready?
Yes, undock. Let's press the undock button.
All right, I'm going to press the undock button.
All right, can we get a...
It's only a couple seconds before I kill everyone in Amamake.
All right.
Here we go.
So the undock button has been pressed and we are going into space.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah. Not everybody ran away. That's good. So primary. Who's primary?
What? I got to get out of here.
Oh, you're going to get out of here. You're not going to kill everybody.
Oh, okay, let's try to kill everybody. Or at least one guy.
Yeah, let's kill this guy. I like this guy.
What? I made it into warp. I'm going to get out of here. I can totally escape. These guys will never kill me. Don't you worry.
Yeah.
Don't you worry.
You will kill them.
Yeah. Well, I gotta do. I learned when I watched One Man Crew, you have to split people up.
Yeah.
Like
Okay,
you can't,
okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay, so you're gonna split them up.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna farm them.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm gonna go here for some reason. Gotta find the medium, but I don't have beacons on my area.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is game designer and PvP specialist CCP Rise in Amamake, just undocked out of top station. Nobody dared target him.
Yeah, nobody even wanted to fight me. I think they were just scared. One cormorant did, but he didn't think he could kill me. So it's cool. I'm just gonna run away. I should just go to a different system. I could go to high sec. They'll never catch me. I could live out my life safely, doing market trading and stuff.
Yeah. That sounds counterintuitive to having as much fun as we are gonna do tonight. We're gonna.
All right, let's
farm everyone in the system and collect the corpses.
That's right. Oh my God, Logi Bro.
Whoa, Logi Bro is there.
Should I kill him? Come back.
He's hard to kill in that Polaris Enigma frigate.
Yeah. Well, we'll just ignore him then.
Yeah, it's safest. He's not worth it.
Yeah.
So we are warping. Where are we warping now?
We're gonna go to a medium. I'm gonna go to the medium faction warfare plex.
All right, that sounds like a good place to get a fight.
If I go in there, then they can't warp on top of me, so I can slowly pick them apart, like I learned by watching. Uh oh, there's a whole bunch of people.
Oh, there's a guy. Let's kill this guy.
Okay.
I dips on the corpse.
A Griffin, Capku, you dishonorable PvPer.
Capku. Did he leave?
Yeah, he left.
All right, so this Enyo...
It's okay, this Enyo...
Enyo is primary, infrequent.
Don't tell me... No, I don't want to join your fleet.
Are they fleet invite spamming you to keep you from farming everybody?
Come on, Enyo. If I get a kill, this is going to be the most successful roam I've ever participated in.
Yeah, so... Not only did you showed your fit,
I'm not even in structure yet.
You told everyone where you were, and you're still just farming people, basically.
Yeah, just farming people.
Yes, you got to kill. You got to kill.
Of course I did. Did you ever doubt? Here's a noob ship. Welcome to EVE Online. Oh. Let's kill that guy too.
Yes. Let's get him. Let's get him.
Okay.
I see.
Don't worry. I escaped again. This time. Now I'm going into the plex.
All right.
Don't worry. This is again. I learned this by watching PvP videos. And at EVE Down Under practicing against those guys in Australia.
Yeah. So I mean, like we talked about earlier in the show, you've been traveling the world and fighting in tournaments. So this is like,
this is child's play. I mean, this is like much easier than a tournament where there's serious PvPers.
Yeah. Okay.
This is just random Mamamaki guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Here we go. It's time to kill another guy. Don't you worry. There,
Godzilla.
He's dead, okay?
Hey, Godzilla.
Welcome to EVE Online, you as well. Now, Tristan.
So you weren't kidding about this.
No,
this is actually a pretty amazing fit.
It's the best ship in EVE. I'm not even in my tank yet, you know?
Yeah, your tank, as we all remember, is a whole tank. So
that's right. So we have a long ways to go here.
You tank with honor.
The stream might run for quite a while if I keep up at this rate.
Yeah, this will be the longest stream in history because...
Here's Logi Bro again. Tempting to kill him, but I'll pass. Okay, I'm going to burn off the gate a little bit here. Don't know if that's a good idea, but we're going to try it.
Let's see what happens. Got
to move my UI around a little bit. You guys, I'm playing on a UI that I didn't get to set up myself. That's a lie. I did set it up myself.
So this is. Oh wow, warp scramble.
Oh, Slicer.
Oh, you're being scrambled.
Who is this guy?
That's unfortunate, but like.
What? No, it's just
for him.
It's just a disruptor.
Unfortunate for him.
I can keep moving. Don't worry.
Okay, cool. So you have a lot of aces up your sleeves. Or in your mid slots.
Aces in my mid slots, yeah.
Yes.
What about this guy? Can I kill him?
This guy, I think you can. I grant you permission. This is...
Get closer. Catalyst.
Al-Kuha. Hi, Al-Kuha. Sorry about your ship. I hope you have a spare.
Oh,
now
no!
You're moving into... Oh, there's more people.
Capku has jammed
come
me.
on. Is it Capku again?
Yeah, this guy.
This guy. He just went to get his friends.
Ruins my forum threads.
Now we
and
only
my
stop
PvP.
testing your hull.
Yeah, now we see how long I can last.
Now we see how long you can last in hull. So you're already there's already fire, but don't worry, you have like half your tank left. There's nothing to worry about.
Long way to go here.
Long way to go. This is going to be a long night, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm going to accept the duel because I'm honor.
All right.
And
This
I may
honor.
be a bit busy, but we can still duel.
All right. But you have like.
Yeah. Chance.
Oh well.
All right. Well,
ejected. Oh.
I mean, as far as you know, I didn't kill all of Amamaki, but
okay, maybe not all of Amamaki.
But I made a good effort.
I think you proved the point. I think we proved the point. Does it fit? Is a segment that makes sense.
You can fight entire systems on your own.
Yeah. So I hope you liked what you saw in this segment. So and I hope you learned a lot from the master. And thank you everyone in Amamake who joined the fight. And we're going to be wrapping this show up. Thanks a lot for watching. I want to remind you of share@eveonline.com, which is our address for where you can send us interesting stuff that you have, shout-outs that you feel are, warranted, and all kinds of things. But I promised you to...
I was going to ask, wasn't there one more thing?
Yeah, there was one more thing. I promised at the beginning of the show that I would share with you a concept drawing of the new Minmatar Tactical Destroyer. And this paper is really heavy. It's hard to lift.
Don't,
so you think
don't put yourself out.
Do you want to help me?
Yeah, I'll help. Let's go.
All right, so...
Look at that.
This is a concept drawing of the Minmatar Tactical Destroyer coming in February. Keep in mind that this is one of its modes.
Yeah.
These ships have...
Are you sure it's not supposed to, like, maybe, like... No?
I don't know.
Maybe it's this way. I don't know.
We can't tell where the light is coming from. So we'll... there are 3 modes, and we are working on the ship as we speak. So that's why we couldn't show you all of it. And you will get it in February. Soon we will show you the rest of it, and we can't wait. But that's it for now. You can go off now and fly your all your beautiful re-rendered ships. But remember that there's one ship in EVE Online that's always going to be more beautiful than all the others, and that's friendship. So,
I don't.
Until next time, see you later.